Hey Commander players, today we're diving into a mono green deck featuring one of the most unique green commanders in the game, Kona Rescue Beastie. If you've ever dreamed of piloting a beastly deck that blends vehicles with colossal creatures, buckle up. Kona's ability to cheat massive permanents into play makes it an absolute powerhouse, and we're here to break down how to maximize Kona's potential, all with a vehicle-heavy theme. This video is powered by Dubby. Dubby Energy is the maker of a clean gamer energy drink. Top enhanced focus, concentration, and reaction time with no jitters, crash, or bad ingredients. Head over to dubby.gg and use the code THEHEROES to get that 10% discount. Kona Rescue Beastie is an incredible commander for a ramp and cheat strategy. At the start of your second main phase, if Kona is tapped, you get to drop a permanent card from your hand directly onto the battlefield. This can be anything from monstrous creatures to powerful vehicles, which makes it perfect for a deck full of high impact plays. So, let's take a look at the key cards and synergies that make this deck a wild ride. First things first, we need lots of mana to keep up with Kona's appetite for big plays. With green's natural strength in the ramp, this deck packs plenty of options to ensure Kona is deployed early and ready to tap for those big plays. Llanowar Elves, Fenhorn Elves, and Elvish Mystic are classic 1-mana ramp creatures, getting you ahead early. Cultivate and Rampant Growth are staples that help thin your deck and fix your mana. Arcane Signet, Sol Ring, and Relic of Legends provide efficient ramp in artifact form, and Relic of Legends even lets you tap Kona to help trigger her ability. Holdout Settlement and Survivor's Encampment are clever inclusions, allowing you to tap Kona without needing her to attack, ideal for triggering her ability safely. Mech Hanger and Rogue's Passage provide utility for piloting vehicles and making key creatures unblockable in the late game. The vehicle theme is where this deck really shines. Kona's ability to cheat expensive permanents into play lets us land massive vehicles early and often, turning our beasts into pilots and wreaking havoc on the battlefield. Ezeka's Chariot not only brings in two 2/2 cat tokens, but also can be copied as it attacks, giving us a continuous source of tokens and value. Night Paladin and Sky Sovereign, console flagship, deliver serious firepower, damaging creatures and players as they attack or enter. Reckoner Bankbuster and Smuggler's Copter provide extra draw power and crewing flexibility, helping you keep the cards coming and your vehicles active. Thunderhawk Gunship and Nautiloid Ship are thematic and synergistic, adding evasion and resilience to your attacks. Here's a special mention. Mech Titan Core can combine with other artifacts to create the infamous Mech Titan, a 10/10 flying, vigilance, trample, lifelink, haste token, a showstopper for any game. With Kona's ability to cheat permanents into play, we can take advantage of massive creatures that would otherwise be challenging to cast. These heavy hitters not only provide tremendous power, but can also crew our biggest vehicles. Here are some key creatures. Apex. Altisaur is a powerhouse with a fight trigger that can wipe out multiple threats. Galta, Primal Hunger, and Galta, Stampede Tyrant are both cheap or even free to cheat in with Kona and hit like trucks. Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger disrupts opponents' mana while doubling our own, ramping us even further. Titan of Industry brings multiple options, from creating blockers to destroying artifacts and enchantments. Here's another special mention. Worldspine Worm is an absurd 15/15 with trample, and even when it dies, it leaves behind 3/5/5 worm tokens, perfect for a dramatic late game play. This deck needs to keep Kona and our biggest threats on the board to maintain control, so we've included protection spells to ensure our strategy stays online. Here are some key protection cards. Heroic Intervention gives our board hexproof and indestructible, shielding us from wipes and targeted removal. Archetype of Endurance is a huge creature that grants hexproof to all our creatures, making it much harder for opponents to remove our board. Swiftfoot Boots is a classic piece of equipment that protects Kona from targeted removal and gives her haste, so we can get her tapping ability going right away. Green might be known for its creatures, but we're making sure to keep our hand full too. This deck includes powerful card draw options to make sure we never run out of gas. Here are some key card draw cards. Garruk's Uprising and Colossal Majesty both trigger on our many large creatures, drawing cards consistently throughout the game. Rishkar's Expertise allows us to draw a huge number of cards based on our biggest creature's power. Return of the Wild Speaker is a flexible instant that can either draw cards based on our creature power or pump our whole board for a massive attack. This deck has no shortage of ways to close out the game. From overwhelming opponents with creatures to taking advantage of massive vehicles, there's plenty of power packed into Kona's army. Some key finishers. Unnatural growth doubles the power and toughness of all your creatures each combat, making even the smallest creatures lethal threats. Sandworm Convergence shuts down flying attackers and continuously generates 5 out of 5 worms, creating a wall of creatures that's hard to get through. Portal to Phyrexia is a brutal late game drop, forcing opponents to sacrifice their creatures and then letting you reanimate their best ones on your turns. In conclusion, Kona Rescue Beastie leads a unique and powerful mono-green deck. With a blend of vehicle synergy, massive creatures, and plenty of ways to cheat out big plays, you'll find this deck both fun and formidable. Whether you're crewing colossal vehicles or dropping in massive worms, this deck delivers a high-octane experience. The full deck list is linked in the description below. Let us know how Kona performs for you and what upgrades you consider. Remember, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and may you always have the perfect vehicle for every beast.